The transfer went through at 11:47 p.m.
Tunde saw the alert and sat very still. It was not a small amount. It was not a gesture. It was the kind of number that meant Emeka had done real arithmetic, had gone back through the contract, calculated what a fair split would have looked like, and sent the difference. Tunde did not call back that night. He told his wife Sade in the morning. She was at the kitchen counter making a kamu, still in her house wrapper, and he showed her the phone without a word. She looked at it, then at him. "And how do you feel?" He thought about it honestly. Like it helps, and like it doesn't fix it. She nodded slowly, the way she nodded when she understood something she wished she didn't.
"Both things can be true," she said, and turned back to the stove.
That was Sade. She didn't waste words on what was already clear. Emeka, on his end, slept badly, not from guilt. Guilt had been discharged. Something else kept him awake. A question he hadn't let himself ask until now. When did I start seeing Tunde as staff? There was no clean answer. It had happened the way most betrayals happen. Not in one decision but in 100 small ones. A call not returned. An assumption made. A number chosen because it was fair by the industry, not fair by the friendship. He had dressed his convenience in the language of professionalism. And Tunde, being Tunde, had led him. They met in person 6 weeks later. Emeka drove to Ibadan, not the other way around, which mattered. He came to Tunde's house, a modest but proud compound in Sango, with a small garden Tunde had planted himself and a gate that needed painting. Sade brought out drinks and left them alone, which also mattered. They sat under a mango tree and plastic chairs. For a while they talked about nothing. Old neighbors, a footballer they both used to argue about, whether Ibadan traffic was worse than Lagos traffic. The conversation of men who are circling something. Then Emeka said, "I became one of them, didn't I?" Tunde looked at his bottle. "You were always going to be tempted to," he said carefully. "You moved in their world." "That's not an answer." Tunde looked up. "Yes, for a while you did." The mango tree moved above them. A generator hummed somewhere on the street. "I'm sorry," Emeka said. "I know, that's not enough." "I know that too." What happened next was not a dramatic reconciliation. There was no embrace, no tears, no speech. Those things happen in films. In real life, between men from Agodi Street, repair looks quieter. Emeka asked Tunde about a new project, a private estate development, better structured, with proper partnership agreements. Not employee to employer, equal stakes, practical ones, about timelines and cash flow. Then he said he'd think about it. He thought about it for 2 days. Sade asked him, "What's stopping you?" "Trust takes longer to rebuild than money takes to transfer." She stirred her tea. "But you still picked up when he called." He had no answer for that. "You picked up on the second ring, Tunde. That means something in you already decided." He called Emeka on a Thursday. "I have conditions," Tunde said. "Tell me," Emeka said. No resistance, no ego. Just, tell me. That, more than the money, more than the apology, was what Tunde had actually been waiting for. Some friendships don't survive success. Theirs survived the harder thing, what success revealed about them both.